No, what the fuck? Am I still there?
Yeah, we can still hear you, Chris. You're you jumped on to introduce yourself. I love it.
There we go.
Today, here we are. We're joined by that beautiful voice you heard, making sure that he was here to spit that game to all the lovely lady listeners of the Pride Rules vidcast, Smodcast. We have Chris
Excited to be
Gucci.
here.
Exactly. We got
Excited to
Tommy
be
G.
here. Excited
Oh,
to be here.
he's fired up. He's fired up.
Big
And
week.
oh, dude, it's a crazy week. As always, we are brought to you by 80K Fightwear, 80kfightwear.com, Black Hole Jiu-Jitsu at blackholejiujitsu.net, and Madama Jiu-Jitsu at madamajiujitsu.com. Gentlemen, big week. Let's get into it.
Which topic do you want to get into first?
I mean, I say we start off
What do you want to go for
with the John
first?
Jones shit, man.
We have to.
Well, we can end with. Yeah, we got it. It's too big right now,
Yeah.
which is crazy to say. But go ahead, Tommy. What's your thoughts? I know you got some.
My thoughts is he's a fucking moron. He's a fucking idiot. I don't know exactly what it is he took or when he took it, but for somebody who just got busted for PEDs in a fucking Chinese dick pill that he got from the guy that fucking lives behind the fucking gym.
Wild Bill.
You know,
That to him.
he's going to take a chance. Like if it were me and that was happening to me, if I had a bottle of fucking Advil, it would get sent to USADA for them to test it. I would send them my milk. Anything that my body was ingesting, I would have sent to USADA months before this fight.
You drink your own milk, Tommy, though? I just want to
Yes.
jump in.
Yes, I would.
That's amazing. Because in Spanish, that means something else. I just want to say, I learned that the hard way. I said it. So.
But just to avoid this situation, I mean, if it does happen and he gets the suspension, that's 2 to 3 years. His career's done. Now, I've already started spinning the wheels for his career. I was just telling Omar. I was text messaging with someone today who's high up in the management industry, and I said that maybe he needs to get John Jones into Ryzen as soon as humanly possible.
I can't believe you said that because I was actually going to suggest that. Like, he could fight tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
They don't care.
Him and Vanderlei,
But
him and Bob Sapp should definitely dust it up and be like, who's going to be the Blackzilla for the next generation of Japanese fans?
I
ahead,
can't
Chris.
believe that me and Tommy are actually in agreement on so much this week. It's kind of boggling my fucking mind.
No, there was an eclipse, Chris. So that makes all the perfect sense. It's the only time that it's going to fucking happen.
Yeah, you might be right. But I mean, like, as far as John Jones goes and the USADA, supposedly from what his teammates said, it was something that he ingested after the weigh-in. I asked the fucking resident juice head at the gym today, is there any steroids that you could take that will wear off in 24 hours? And he's like, yes, absolutely. And he's like, it's a short period of time, like a 12-hour window. I mean, like, this all starting to make more sense. And, like, all his nutritionists are talking, like, or his team, his nutritionists, his coaches are all like, we can't figure it out. Well, here's the reality of it. You have a piece of shit liar on your team, and that's the problem. You could do everything right for that guy, but if he's lying to you, then really, I mean, there's really not much that anybody else could do.
Sherlock Holmes. He's like, yo, you have a piece of shit liar.
And I never bought what John Jones was selling to begin with. I mean, I think I'm actually positive. Tommy, you can't call me on this one. Like, were we on air then? Yeah. Before the Cormier fight, I said, I don't know that John Jones is playing by the rules right now. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, there's no way he'll throw it all away. I'm like, but he might be hedging his bet in case he loses for whatever reason. I don't know. I think, I don't know who said it, but
I think it was you.
John Jones is like, someone was like, I had no idea. Mm-hmm. I had no idea there were steroids in my cocaine.
I was thinking it was Molly or something. I was hoping it was something else, like at least not performance enhancing. You know what I mean? Because then at that point, it's like the Diaz brothers. Oh wow, you got popped for weed after beating Comey. Oh boy, yeah, that's really a loss.
Do you guys
Nobody ever
realize
thinks of
that?
it, you know?
Do you guys realize that he is on the Mark Kerr level of fucking up when it comes to fucking
Hey, wait,
inhalants?
wait, wait, hold on. I gotta pump the brakes until there's injectables involved. He's not on the Mark Kerr level of fucking up. Come on, man. All right,
Bro,
it's
like this is bad.
Yeah, supposedly it was an oral steroid. That what his teammates said, but I mean, like I said, could anybody believe what the fuck John Jones is saying at this point? I
oral
mean, it doesn't
steroids
matter.
also sounds like dick juice, Chris.
I'm
gonna
happy
cut-
for DC out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know what makes me wonder about DC? Will he ever be the same after that knockout?
no.
Because that was vicious,
Yeah.
and he's not a young guy.
I'll tell you this though, he hasn't been knocked out a bunch of times, so
Well, no, this is the only time he's ever been knocked out.
Yeah,
that's my point.
well,
So
hey,
I don't know
but
that it really will have much of an adverse effect.
AKA
Well,
maybe
this is the
though?
only time he's ever been. Well, wait,
Jim
no,
Wars?
this is the only time he's ever been knocked out in the cage.
But
Let's
Jim
not
Wars.
forget. I mean, the guy was but the guy was also an Olympic wrestler. I'm sure he's been suplexed, fucking unconscious before. It's not like that doesn't happen. You know, but I don't know, man. I don't know how good this is going to be for him. And there you go. The light heavyweight division that was suffering already suffers even worse because not only is John Jones gone, he had the belt stripped from him. This looks so bad for the UFC. This makes Dana look like an
If Dana White had
asshole.
hair, if Dana White had any hair left, my man would have pulled that shit out. You feel me? Like he almost undid his ear surgery.
Yeah, but
He
you know
was
what?
that
This
good.
is so bad for him because people could say that he's been so enthralled with the Conor fight that he doesn't know what's going on in the UFC. He wasn't paying any attention to John Jones. Dude, there's just so many angles they can go with this, and Floyd could
What
play.
the fuck? John Jones' nutritionist didn't even know. What the fuck is
Yeah.
Dana White gonna do?
Yeah, but here's the worst part
his
about
hand.
this is something that but this is something that Floyd can use. Let's say Conor knocks Floyd out. Floyd can turn around and say, "Well, you know, all Dana's fighters are on steroids." Like this is going to be spun so bad. Look what he did to Pacquiao the first time they were supposed to fight. Remember that when he
You
kept
saw the
wanting
testing?
Floyd's a bitch.
Yeah.
he might be a bitch, but this is the way he could spin it to where if Conor wins, he's not really getting the win. They're not going to let him get the win. Like they didn't let Buster Douglas get the win after he knocked.
What if he
Mike
knocks
Tyson.
him out in the very first exchange and he tests clean all throughout the camp and then post fight? Floyd
Doesn't
can't
matter.
say shit.
Perception is reality, and right now the UFC's
That was
perception is
perception.
bad.
Excuses and perception are different in my mind.
Wow.
I mean, Floyd can come up with all the excuses if he wants. If his eyes are rolling in the back of his head, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear it. He shouldn't have gotten touched, supposedly. So,
Right?
You know,
Max
Connor's not even
Kellerman
gonna hit him.
thinks it's not going to happen, right?
Like,
At
he's
all. Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Yeah, it just could be spun so many different ways, and it looks so bad for the UFC. Like it looks fucking awful. So you mean to tell me your best pound for pound guy has probably never been clean in his entire career? Which I'm willing to bet that. I'm willing to bet he's never been clean at all. I was talking to a fighter last night. I don't want to say who he is because I don't want to get him in trouble. But he was telling me, he's like, if you look at John Jones's first like 2 fights in the UFC, he was a good fighter, but he wasn't dominant. Then all of a sudden, he just becomes this fucking machine and can't be stopped. Kind of makes you fucking think.
Well, I mean, everybody's on steroids, so we've already established that.
That's true.
We've
Yo.
already established that you're all on steroids. So you know, Conor on steroids. Fucking, they're all. And that was actually when it got established. He was actually speaking to Conor. So
Oh, Christ. I'm telling you, it really, after the first one, I obviously didn't think it was dick pills, but I was willing to hope that.
Yeah, but they tested the dick pills, and that's when it came out.
Yo,
Thank you.
all right, I don't care. a dick pill is still a performance enhancing drug. If you were doing it to get a boner, which I don't think is the case in John Jones' situation.
Yeah. His dick's too big, bro.
Well, no, but if you do
His
too much
dick is
coke,
too
you
big.
can't get a hard
You could on the audio version of that podcast with Joe Rogan, you could hear Joe Rogan go, "What the fuck?" Like in a silence after he said, "My dick's too big." Joe's like, "Come on, come on."
Here's why John Jones is a fucking idiot. And so is the public, for that matter, and the media, because this guy, if you play baseball and you're an all-time great and you get found out that you took steroids, you're done. You're not in the Hall of Fame. Tommy hates A-Rod because he took steroids, and
I hate A-Rod since Seattle.
He's on steroids. So, like, we're playing a team full of juice heads, but, like, you get mad at the guy on our team that's trying to level the playing field, which I don't get. But that's another issue with me and Tommy. The point that I'm making here is, if a baseball player gets popped for juice, his chances of being an all-time great is done. Doesn't matter how many numbers he put up. John Jones failed for performance-enhancing drugs, right? And he won one fight. One fight. And he's already the top of the pound-for-pound list, and he's already got GOAT status above guys like Anderson Silva, Fedor, old Japanese guy that you guys are loving.
Hey, keep his name out your mouth. All right?
Yeah, Henzo, these guys, you know what I mean? Like, John Jones is better than all of them in the eyes of the media and the public, and he already failed for steroids once, and they got wiped that away. It's an interesting dynamic with MMA, I think, where it's just like a norm and accepted, I guess. But John Jones pisses all that away.
Yeah.
That's over now.
Yeah. Twice you can't get away from. Once you might be able.
But is it over? It was over when he would never fight again when he fucking almost murdered a pregnant lady with his vehicle. He would never fight again when he failed, when he got caught blowing lines. He'll never fight again if he got caught taking steroids. All these things happened. They were all set after that. And now what's going to happen in 3 years or 2 years when his suspension is up? Dana White's going to fucking main event his ass because he's going to make a shit ton of money off of it.
I don't know now, man. I don't know.
Will the UFC be around in 3 years? Who knows?
Okay, Bellator, fucking who the fuck the top dog is? John Jones will get a main event.
I can tell you one thing. When I was watching The Contender last night, you saw the levels of Dana White. Like, before he found out what was going on, he was in a good mood, and he was all strawberry looking with his Team McGregor shirt on and happy. And then he found out about John Jones at the end of the show. He looked like somebody fucking slit his dog's throat. Like he was just hating life.
Because he knows the cash cow that just got fucking taken from him by the commission for 3 years. He's not like so much. You can't be surprised. Is what I'm saying. Like, if anybody is surprised by this, get your fucking head examined, including Dana White or anybody else. Dana White said he would never main event again. After the last bullshit, he said, "Oh, I'll let him fight, but he'll never main event again." John Jones put on this fucking prissy act, like turning his back to Dana at the presser, like, with a bag of juice in his pocket.
Yeah,
like, this fucking, come on, bro.
It's like going
you want people to just stick by you, like, you constantly fuck you up. People who trust you get played; they get made a fool of. So why should anybody trust you anymore?
Nobody's going to. Nobody's going to. That's why he needs to go to Ryzen, where he
honestly that's his
do
only
whatever
play
he wants to do. And he wanted to, because Dana said that he was setting up the fight with Stipe. Well, now you could go to Ryzen and fight heavyweights all fucking
fight
day
Mirko
long.
Krokop. Fight a juiced up Krokop. Fuck it.
And people are talking like, oh, steroids, no one's going to want to see him, this and that. Bullshit. If Brock wanted to come back, Tommy, you said it the other day, how many people would tune into that fight? Brock is a fucking known juice head, and he's not even good. And people fucking will tune in. John Jones is great. And, juice aside, the motherfucker's got skills, right? And he's polarizing. People want to see him get knocked out. So we're going to watch. That's it.
No, but what's really weird is what position does this Dana, obviously, he's losing that cash cow now, right? I'll pose this to both of you because I know you're going to have diametrically opposing views. But he's losing the cash cow now. But how much worse is it in this particular instance with you have the other main draw about to rocket into superstardom.
And
then
back.
One of the few pillars of your money-making enterprise just gets popped and is not going to be employed for 3 years. He might have to give this motherfucker a piece of the company to get him to come back. Where are the stars going, for God's sakes?
I don't know, Tommy. You want to go first, or you want me? Because I got some ammo here.
Run with it, dude. Run with it.
All right. Well, Connor is probably just gonna get the piece of the pie, regardless. You know, this might give him another chip in the
pool,
put in the pile when it comes to his leverage. But if Connor knocks out Floyd, I mean, he's got all the cards as it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think the UFC has much of a say. And I appreciate the acknowledgement of the fact that he will come back, Omar, because he will, no matter what happens.
He's only coming back. He's only coming back if there's an LLC paperwork
basically
set up on LegalZoom.
All this, the blow to the UFC. The UFC's not going anywhere. They got fuck you money backing them, so they could take a little hit here and there. You know what I mean? And Connor's just going to come to the rescue again and save the sport. He's done so much for the sport as it is, and nobody can say that he hasn't. And if he beats Floyd,
what is what you're saying
about John Jones? Say it again.
Captain Save-A-Ho, you're saying your boy's going to be coming in, but they have fuck you money, Chris, but they don't have Viacom money.
No, they don't.
But they just paid $4.2 billion for the company. So
but in debt. That's debt, bro. That's leverage.
They're not making even close.
I didn't pay for it straight cash. I didn't do.
I don't know that it's.
I would think that they're losing money
right now,
more than making money. If
they're that monthly has to be crazy.
Well, it's not even that, but if you think about how much they're losing on these fight night cards, where everything's ratings driven. So if they're not getting the ratings and these Fox cards aren't working, the fight night cards aren't working, they're losing money. They're paying for production costs.
No, and you know what? You know what else kills them? You know what else really kills them right now? I think is they were hoping that they would be cresting with ratings now while they're shopping around the TV rights, right? Remember that was a couple months ago where like the talks were starting, and these ratings are not helping them. So imagine if you structured a deal for mostly debt, but you were banking on big high watermarks to get to. One of which was when we renew this deal with TV, we're gonna get X plus X to the X dollars, right? And that's not happening. And you got to make that mortgage payment.
Well, their whole thing was to have more fight nights and less pay-per-views.
Yeah.
That was their whole thing, but the fight nights just aren't working.
No.
So they're losing money. As much everybody thinks that they're making, they're not coming close to that $4.2 billion. When did they get sold?
I want to say, has it been almost about a year?
It's close to a year, if not a year.
Yeah. So you gotta figure that. I mean, you know what? If you want to do some nerd math, you could just figure out what $4.2 billion over like even a 10-year note. If you amortize that, Jesus Christ, bro! Every month you have to come up with millions of dollars, and that's just to pay it and to pay with action. You're still not taking a chunk out of it. These ratings, I think, could be one of the worst things that ever happened to him, like you're saying, because there's no prospect of doubling your money on the TV rights, man. And they wanted to shop it around. They wanted to be like, oh, does ESPN want a piece? And then we can put off a piece to Fox. Fox themselves got to be looking at their stuff. If they're willing to get bounced out by an MLB game, right? Think about that. If they're willing to bounce it out and then sub it out to FX, XX, ZY, apostrophe, colon, right, network for prelims, then you fucking think that they're not going to be going, listen, we're not going to pay you triple what we did pay you if they got Fox on potential and they were cresting and they had stars, right? They got Fox on that potential. But you think they're going to get them for that amount of money plus X dollars again? No.
You know what I'm wondering with this boxing match?
Mhm.
Is this UFC's way of getting onto Showtime, like
Something.
Strike Force was?
Or CBS. It's and Showtime, and right? Exactly. They're trying to get onto like a big network because you know what? Shopping your rights to ESPN right now is not even worth what it was 5 years ago.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not. ESPN, I think, is going to be going the way of the dinosaur, especially if ABC does its little streaming packages that they want to do for Disney. You have kids, you know that's on the horizon or it's happening. You tell me. Your kids are younger than the ones in my life, so it might have already happened. But ABC's looking to start doing like Netflix, but just for ABC. They own ESPN. You don't think if they look at the pricing model and they say, hey, listen, we can get a little more money with less production value and less output, you know, by doing just a streaming service, would you pay for that? I might if it was like the $3 or $4 range a month. I very well might.
Well, I mean, it's all going to be that way, but it's just making me wonder because this was one of the things, right, that we were saying that we weren't sure it was going to happen because Floyd fights for Showtime in pay-per-view and the so I'm wondering if there are backdoor deals going on because I'm sure WME would love nothing more than to have programming on Showtime. Showtime. A lot of people say that more people have Showtime than they have HBO right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
don't know the numbers, but you got to. Those are the two major players in the premium channel streaming space.
And Strike Force did fairly well on Showtime.
And what the UFC tried to do with the Fox deal was get onto a quote unquote major network. That was the whole positioning. They wanted to get in front of conventional eyeballs. Showtime could, like you said, could be that backdoor avenue to even a CBS, bro. We could very well see, as long as there's no more riots going on where the scrap pack fucks up people after the dude. That set back MMA like 10 years.
Well, you know where I think they fucked up with the Fox deal? The very first night it was on, they had one fight.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. You know what?
One fight.
With the public, with the viewing public, you got to treat it like a lady. You can't just have a one and done sort of thing. You got to finesse them up front.
And not only was it just one fight, it was the Cain Velasquez dos Santos first fight. It was 2 seconds.
It was terrible, bro. No, it was exciting. It was exciting,
but you also kept people from buying the pay-per-view.
For sure. Yeah,
because
like, why am I going to spend $50?
Yeah, that's the fight I want to see. It's going to be on Channel 5, and then it was 3 seconds. Like, well,
it was 3 seconds, and then also as a casual fan, you're like, yo, is all these shits like this? Am I gonna spend $50 to watch like 5 firecrackers go off and then fucking be left all pissed off for another 2 hours? It's like,
so
I would be so mad.
John Jones, he left a huge black spot on the UFC this weekend.
That's racist, I mean, I'm not. I can't coach.
Stop it. It's the truth, though. Look what he did.
Yeah, bro.
He's so bad.
He shit the bed. He shit the bed for everybody. And you know what? The optics could not be worse. You said this in chat, and I think you said this on Facebook. The optics could not be worse because this week, no, you said it in your amazing video. Which, if you haven't seen this video, you're living under a rock, and you guys are terrible. And I think we got Chris back, and I'm going to finish my point and let him jump in. But you said this. You're like, in a week where the focus, and for you to say this, it's crazy. The week where the focus should be on Conor and Mayweather, and where the UFC is getting so much mainstream attention by way of having one of their stars in the big scrap, you're going to do this? Like, you could have found a dead hooker in Dana White's, Cadillac, and it wouldn't have been as bad, I think, for the prospects of the UFC as what happened.
Amazing, though.
I would have given props. I really would. Like, you have the balance to fuck again suddenly.
I was talking about the dead hooker in Dana White's Cadillac, but
yeah, so was I.
Is it a dead hooker? Is it a dead hooker or Angela Magana? Which one is it?
Oh, whoa! I'm just glad you didn't make any.
That's why she's walking around calling herself the queen. Because maybe she's banging the king.
She is. That's the only reason she's still employed. Women's rights being what they are. Glorious. Oh no! Yeah. He puts on a curly-haired wig and she calls him Pablo. Well, they fuck like that's what.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it, Chris.
So yeah, he totally fucked the UFC bad, and his career, forget it. It's gonna be
Pettiness.
tarnished forever.
What do you think, Chris?
Yo,
Like,
I mean,
would pettiness
tarnished, yes. Say it,
of
come again.
this? Would pettiness keep this? Because you said, hey, listen, in 3 years he's going to come back. He's going to have his arms open because of the cash cow. But would pettiness at this terrible timing keep him away?
I don't believe so because money, man. Like you said, it's not like Dana White. If John Jones take them, 800,000 pay-per-view sales, they're gonna let him fight. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if he fucks up again?
In 3 years, there'll be $150 a pay-per-view. Anyway.
Here's the thing. He fucked up again, but does the UFC have to pay everybody back that went to the fight and refund the pay-per-view? No, they got their money from it. So it's like he fucked up a future fight, but they made money on that one.
I don't know. Well, of course, the first
knowing full well this guy is fucked up 3 times in a major way in a 2 or 3 year stretch. So
and wasn't he going to not main event coming back, right?
Yeah, he was going to not main event ever.
Yeah, well, now if he comes back, he's going to be fighting on fight night cards.
It's one thing to say, it's one thing to say I'll never let fucking who's the fucking
Paul Daly
champ. No, the fucking
Paul Daly.
Why am I drawing a fucking blank on this?
Demetrius Johnson?
Oh, Amanda Nunes.
Good point. Amanda Nunes. Good. Thank you, Omar, for the bailout.
I got you. No, because we were gonna keep saying guys, and I didn't.
That I refer to as like. I think Tommy was taking a dig at my lighter weight class fighters.
He was.
And I don't mean lighter weight. I like 35 is interesting to me. Demetrius Johnson is not so much, but that's besides the point. But it's one thing to say Amanda Nunes will never main event again because you don't make shit off of Amanda Nunes. But John Jones, that's something that he'll definitely eat his words on for a fucking fat paycheck.
I don't know, man.
He'll enjoy the words that he's eating. He'll taste good.
It'll taste like a salty dick.
Wash it down with a fucking
Dana is petty.
shock top.
Yeah, but Dana is petty. Dana could be fucking.
We're in Dana White's case, like a Zima.
Oh no, with lime.
Yeah, but Dana could be real petty. I don't know because he's still butthurt.
He won't be around in 3 years. Let's be serious.
Yeah, but he was.
Take the reins.
How long did him and Tito beef while Tito was fighting for the UFC? Like Dana White is petty, but he's also really smart about making money. That's it. They don't have to be friends. They don't have to be buddies. It's like, all right, maybe they'll fuck John Jones in the contract with stipulations and this and that. But if John Jones is going to make them millions and millions of dollars, they're going to let John Jones fight. And here's the point. Like you always say, Tommy, they have to make back a $4.2 billion fucking, hole that they put themselves in to buy the company. If John Jones is going to help them do that, they're going to let John Jones help.
Let me tell you something. In 3 years, that $4.2 billion hole is going to be about a fucking $8 billion hole.
It very well could be. I mean, the juice is running. The Irish
Or they
mob.
could break even. Or they could break even after Conor fucking knocks Floyd's fucking tiny head off.
Yeah, but you're also talking about 3 years later when John Jones could come back. Who knows? They might give him longer than a 3-year ban. You know what I mean? The commission just because it's back-to-back fuck ups.
It's all money,
bro. It's not like it's weed, bro. It's only steroids.
Oh, it's
not that big of a deal.
It's only steroids.
And he didn't run, right? Apparently, that's the thing that pisses him off the most. Don't run. Don't hide. Don't.
Unless you crash into a pregnant woman while driving, then run.
That's home base. It's okay.
Unless you're Jose Aldo spilling your piss cup in front of the fucking USADA commission.
He got cerebral palsy that 1 second, and he flipped the cup over. Right? He's like,
and then be like, yeah, and then Aldo's like, I don't speak English in English.
And then he goes on.
I couldn't understand what they were saying because I don't speak English.
In English.
Wait, how about this? K?
K? We're making Brazilians speak Spanish on this show. This is the second time.
We've done that twice in 3 days.
I love
But
that. I
I'm
kept
pretty
on trying
sure,
to bring it up, and you kept on just like ghosting it. You're like, "Fuck it, I'm not even gonna address it." I was like, "¿Qué pasó? What? Come on."
No, it was Yono say.
Yes. And I was just like, "Hold on,
I
that's not."
caught it. I think, yeah, I mean, I think that Portuguese people will understand if I said K.
I think they do
They'd be
because
like,
I always say that a Portuguese, especially Brazilian Portuguese, sounds like Spanish said by a retarded person. You know, it's like a
Wow.
well,
you know,
I
it's
hope
just
Penzo's not listening.
stop it.
I'll give him your address.
I'm pretty sure he's not.
Yeah,
But
You never
Hey,
know.
one day, that's a goal.
That
That's
is
a
a
goal
goal.
of ours.
You
I will
know?
give him your address.
That's
I will
fucked up.
give him your address.
Hey,
but,
I
you
live
know,
in the
Maybe
woods.
maybe we could interview him one day. That'll be amazing.
That'd be
I'm
fucking
working on it.
phenomenal.
It's not easy.
You guys will have fucking John Jones Cialis boners for the entire fucking episode.
My dick will cut glass for an hour straight. It'll be like I'm 16 again. All right, guys.
It's like fuck the Diamond Gloves. Fuck the Diamond Gloves tournament coming up. It's like diamond fucking
Dick.
cutting erections.
Exactly. I'll tell you.
Ah, well, you know what?
That's where I'm
Now that
at.
we could spin off that after what you just said about diamond cutting, the
DDP?
WBC,
Hold on. What?
the
Yoga?
the WBC has released the championship belt for this fight that's coming up this weekend. It's
That's the
called money
corniest thing
belt.
I've ever seen in my life. by
Thank
the way.
you.
Did you see it? It's got 3,306 diamonds, 24 karat gold, and if Connor wins, that's one more belt he'll never fucking defend.
Yeah.
Ever.
He was
I
holding
mean-
that one in reserve. He had that loaded.
I'm
right
getting
there.
all of the belts, and I won't defend one of them.
He sounded like Roddy Piper and the dude from Lucky Charms combined, which I feel is accurate.
I understand the dig, Tommy, but I don't find it funny.
I know you don't.
No, but no, the truth of it is, if you were in his position, or if any person in his position that posts these memes or that makes these jokes, you have to acknowledge the fact that it's just jokes, because he's the smartest fucking guy. He's made it from
Well, yeah,
2013 debuting in the UFC to winning 2 world titles and fighting Floyd for fucking $6 billion fucking dollars apparently.
It's like a bad movie. It's The Great White Hope, but in
But
real life.
but it's the no, stop.
Or The
What'd
Great
you
White
say
Hype.
about
that was
my
the movie.
mama? No.
The Great White Hype. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
But-
that's
I bet you watch every fucking split second of that movie.
I loved it. Because
And I'm not talking about the fake movie. I'm talking about the bad movie that you're experiencing with the whole Connor saga.
It's just so weird. It's like Rocky meets The Great White Hype. That's what this reminds me of. Just how he gets the title shot, I have no idea. But he's getting the biggest fight of
captured
anybody's
the
career.
zeitgeist, bro. He's captured the zeitgeist by the bulls.
Yo, you're telling me Connor didn't deserve his title shot when he got one? Please.
I'm
don't
talking
say
about
that.
I'm talking about this because they made the belt, so it's kind of a title.
Oh, okay.
God.
Okay, but it's not a title. That's a fucking joke, and it's stupid, and it's getting taken to the chop shop, hopefully by whoever fucking wins, because that's a joke. Like there's,
Chumley,
it's a. You want to talk about a
for it.
disgrace? How about this? This fight is not a disgrace. This is a money making thing. The belt is a disgrace to any boxing champion that's actually currently holding a WBC belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, they have real belts. What the fuck are they doing? They're making it gimmicky. They're making it WWE. Like the fight that's not selling any more pay-per-views. Nobody's like, yo, did you see that belt? I'm buying it.
Well,
That's
no,
it.
they just showed it
You know,
today. Like
it's-
there was never even a talk of a belt.
No, you know what's
until
going to
they
make
finally
me
showed it
buy the
today.
pay-per-view is the hats. If you order them if you pre-order on UFC.com, you get a hat. So that synced it for me. I was gonna rob it. I was gonna stream it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You mean I spend $100 and I get a $15 hat? Oh shit!
Sounds like Manhattan to me. I
Yo,
don't know
Kendrick
about
Lamar tweeted out that somebody, who was this? Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
somebody better
better-
fucking die in that ring
for 200 grand.
for the 200
For the
grand. I'm
ticket?
seeing that live. I better be at a fucking. Do they have
Murder.
lions chained up outside the ring?
Yo,
You know,
Nicolas
like-
Cage is looking at the 8mm from the fight, being like, "Yep, somebody died today. Holy shit! Wait a second, who
Yeah,
sent this to me?"
Like there better be like the ring card girls are gonna have to be topless as they're walking around. Like they got to do something extravagant for the amount of money that.
Hopefully,
costing people.
Bieber goes topless.
Oh,
For your sake,
God.
Tommy.
It's the same thing.
Well, yeah,
It's like
he
seeing
was-
Ellen
no, he was
DeGeneres
already on-
topless.
He was
So
already on Women's Health magazine.
yeah,
I know.
with
Justin
that,
Bieber.
with the haircut.
I mean,
that.
I'd still have a love to have some pillow talk with Rose. Think about that. I love
Yeah,
it.
don't be dogging her. Yeah, yeah, that was Tommy dogging our girl there. Shut your mouth.
What the fuck just happened?
You're still with
Oh,
us,
well.
but you said pillow talk and it got dark. Chris, Chris, I'm a fucking disturbed right now.
Carl turned his power off.
Oh, he's outside and he had to listen to demands.
Yo,
He tries to call out. It's like, no service. I
don't know what the fuck just happened.
So,
I don't know.
dude,
I'm
if you have
having technical
weapons-
difficulties all fucking night.
I'm just
is
saying.
my screen still dark right now?
Oh,
Yeah,
I see a
All right, I'm
weird
gonna step
silhouette.
off for a second. And
I'm waiting to see
I'm
the
gonna fix
I'm
this
waiting to see
issue.
the face from Scream.
Yo, he looks like
jump on there.
Right? He just learned
funny.
leg locks, or he's a cartel witness, and we're interviewing him on Dateline.
Still fucking better looking than Tommy.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna step off. Give me a second. Hold it down, guys.
Yep, we got you.
So yeah, I mean, it is pretty gimmicky that they put a stupid belt in there. You know,
How
I
many
mean,
Africans died to make that belt, Tommy? That's
I
what
don't
wanna
know,
fucking
bro. 3,306 diamonds.
Blood diamonds, all right. Dejai Hansu, fucking, he had to smuggle 300 of them in his ass.
All right, if you were a boxer, especially if you were the WBC champ, like that's top dog right there. Would you not be pissed that that belt is better than the one that you got?
You know what I'd be pissed at? I'd be pissed at if I was Terrence Crawford and just put in that work, right? With that ridiculous liver shot that apparently somebody on Facebook thinks I'm retarded and thought it was dirty, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that wasn't dirty. That was I know, bro. Dirty as in he flamed them. Dirty as in he washed them. Almost got all Bronx on him. But I'd be pissed that we're talking more about that fight. You know, and I get it. I'm an MMA guy first, but you get where I'm going with this? Like,
Yeah.
kind of in the same vein. We still give more of a shit about some gaudy ass fucking Liberace belt than we do about like legitimate, ridiculous pound for pound potential status that Terrence Crawford stamped on the side of Ndongo's liver. He's like, you know what? Terrence was here. Boom. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I would be pissed that they're getting all this attention because in 6 months from now I'm gonna still be there and
Yeah.
they're not.
And I'm going to still be probably having to make over the course of 10 fights what Conor McGregor, mind you, not even Mayweather. I'm putting Mayweather out
Nobody's
of the
making
picture.
Mayweather. Nobody's
right.
making that kind of
He's
money.
in the stratosphere. It's like fucking Star of Orion. You can set your course to it, but you'll never catch it, whatever. But it takes still 10 fights to make what Conor's making. And I'm a legitimate, I keep going back to Terrence Crawford because he's the last dude that put a beating on somebody that nobody's talking about. Some of it's on him because, as my boy Shab said, he has the personality of a fucking old leather boot. It is what it is, yo. Go do a Toastmasters seminar or something. Learn how to publicly speak, for God's sakes. It worked for me, it worked for everybody. But and we're also because we just love the spectacle from the Conor fight. Come on, man. Like you said, he's going to be there in a year. He's going to still be probably fucking washing motherfuckers, right? Even if he moves up in weight, I don't see Terrence Crawford. Yeah. He walked through this dude who had 2 of the 4 belts that he just unified. He's done something that hasn't been done since what? Bernard Hopkins? Or Tarver? Like one of those 2 guys?
I think Hopkins.
Right? After he put a beating on, my favorite Mexican brother, Oscar De La Hoya, he unified the belts. Hasn't been done since then, And yet, about it. I know about it. Maybe 5 people that I've talked to in a week know about what's going on. I think they were all on Facebook, part of a fighting group. So don't fucking count. Needless to say, they're making this more of a circus than it really ever needs to be. Does that tell you that they're having trouble selling tickets or selling pay-per-views? What do you guys think?
I don't know. It seems like they're having the same technical difficulties that Chris is having.
Well, now I can see him, though, and it makes me excited in a special way.
Fuck up, Tommy.
I'm excited now, though. Although, you did look like Osama bin Laden there for a second. Like when it all went dark and you were just like, hey, you had the headset on, still giving orders. I was like, oh. Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. So
I'll be that. Better looking than Tommy still.
I like that. I like that. I know.
That's my go. That's my go-to.
Still better looking than Tommy. That's great.
Tommy, I love you, bro.
I know you do.
Still better looking though, right?
I know
Yeah.
you do.
You're thinking that
Definitely
enough.
not. Still fucking choke you out.
No, God, damn it. Jesus Christ. Anywho, so what do you think? You think this gaudy, ridiculous belt is compensating for small dick size, aka lackluster sales? What are we doing here? I'm saying.
I guess.
Omar, this is the second penis reference you've made in the past 10 minutes.
I'm going
You know
for
what,
I've
guys
only
like
been on for like 5 of those 10 minutes. So
You know what I
and
think it is?
what did I miss?
I wait
What
till
did
you
I
get
miss?
on. I wait till
You
you
know,
get on.
you know what I think it is, honestly, because these two guys are, champs. I know Floyd retired, and Conor, kind of has a belt, but this is kind of making the fight actually mean something even more. So the winner gets something at the end, as opposed to the fight happens, it stops, it's over. So I guess it kind of is a cherry on the top to moron fans, as the rest of us who are just like, this is a fucking joke. But what are you gonna do? I had a feeling that they were gonna do something like that, especially when Dana got on there and said, Conor's the reigning and defending UFC champion. Well, what the fuck is he
I even gotta
defending?
get on board on that with you on that one, which is strange that I agree with Tommy fucking like
That's
9
twice.
times this
That's
week.
many-
I even gave
that's
Tommy
many
yo.
references. What's going on?
I even paid Tommy a compliment in the chat.
You
Like
did.
a sincere compliment. So that means that Tommy really did do a good job. But we're gonna save the love affair for fucking.
That's like getting a B
another
from a
time.
really shithead professor that's just been dogging you all semester, and he finally goes, "You did okay, kid. You do backflips. It's crazy. Shit.
Hey, you didn't fuck up today. Good for you.
You
Yeah.
sound like my dad.
Oh no,
Tom.
you still fucked up a bunch of other times on the show, but just that part was really good.
That both of you are
I
sounding
mean, don't get it twisted.
like Nelson right now. It's fucking me up right now. It's a little yikes. You didn't fuck up so bad today, Omar. Go out there and try not to suck tomorrow. Thanks, Bob. Thanks.
Oh, there it is.
Not through Spanish. I won't bore you with that. But yeah.
I don't know. It as cool as this is, I can't wait till it's over. Honestly, I can't wait till it's over.
It's like my
And it's
dating
done.
life.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because then we're gonna have footage of Floyd on his back, and we're gonna have so much to talk about.
Yeah, what if we don't?
What if we don't what?
What if he
Have
doesn't knock
footage of
Floyd
Floyd on his
out?
back?
What if he doesn't knock?
So
Floyd
then
out?
if he doesn't knock Floyd out, then what we're gonna get from it is how do I say this? A lot of the same boring fucking footage that we've seen with Floyd before, like pitter
Well,
patter.
that's what it is. You see, right there, you just said it perfect. When everybody's like, "Oh, well, if Conor goes the distance with him, well, that's
I
a
got
feather. That's a feather in his cap." Well, not fucking really. Floyd's taken almost everybody to the 12th round. Whether the guy was a good boxer for Floyd or he wasn't a good boxer for Floyd, he takes it to the 12th round because the guy doesn't fucking go for it. So
You know what gets me? You know what gets me? Well, first of all, Conor's gonna go balls to the wall because he's afraid, and Floyd just doesn't have the volume to TKO people. But that's another story here. What bothers me is the fans, and I shouldn't even say fans. I should say, because that's like the worst thing you could call somebody as a person these days, because everybody sucks. But besides that, because people do suck, guys. But besides that, the people that are saying like, oh, he could knock him out whenever he wants to, and if he chooses to do so, he will. Wait, they're fighting.
makes no
So
sense.
Floyd's not. I said this on the show Monday. Floyd's not trying to knock Conor out right away. Like maybe not right away, but like that's not his goal in the fight. Is to finish him, stop him emphatically. That should be every fighter's goal. And if it's not, you're a joke. And I mean, Floyd is a joke, but I don't care who he's fought because it's really. Don't get me started.
Well, I could say one thing. With those 8-ounce gloves, I think Conor should just go for the fucking body. Just try and beat Floyd's body.
What do you think's gonna happen,
shit.
bro? You think? First of all, I don't know if he's gonna have time to go for the body because he really might. If he does what he's saying he's gonna do, the fight's over in one. And here's another thing, guys. I got more. I've said this too. The fucking people that are predicting Conor to win are being bitches about it. Like, and I'm guilty of it too, but I'm not anymore because I refuse to say it. But they're like, oh, if Conor's gonna win, but I understand that why he probably won't, but I want him to win. And by the end of the way they say Conor's gonna win, they just switch it. Literally, this 3 sentences later. Well, I don't really think he's gonna win, but I want him to win because they don't want to sound stupid if he loses. Just be confident. Conor's gonna win. That's it, guys. You could say what you want about me and not knowing fights and I'm stupid, this and that. I know more about fighting than any person that's going to tell me Floyd's winning. Whether Floyd wins or Conor wins, it doesn't matter. I still know more than you. Maybe not Omar, but Tommy, definitely you.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's just people are going off the statistical value of it. You know what I mean?
No, they're hedging their bet. They're hedging their bet for fear of looking like the fool. And so they could be like, oh, they don't have to hear oh, you dumb fuck, I told you. I don't care. Call me a dumb fuck. I'm rooting for Conor. I think Conor has what it takes to do it. Conor believes Conor could do it. Why shouldn't I? He's self-actualized every fucking thing else in his life. This is the one, man. This makes him the biggest star in the world. If he wins, come on, man.
He's probably the biggest star of all time.
He's the biggest star no matter what now.
He transcends everything.
But imagine, fine. He's the biggest star in the world right now in terms of what combat sports has to offer. But there's bigger stars in the world. Like LeBron James is probably a bigger star, right? If Conor McGregor or Ronaldo, fucking these guys are mega stars. Mm-hmm. If Conor McGregor knocks Floyd out, those guys are in his dust. It's a wrap. Not the $100 million is nothing that he's making. If he loses, he's making that. If he wins, the money that he is going to make in his career is fucking exponential. He will be Floyd, but at 29, when Floyd was 28, 29, he was fighting on De La Hoya's undercard. Conor will be that now. And people, I think it was Mike from Hawaii, our buddy from Colonia via Hawaii, who was saying that Conor would have been better off boxing his whole career if he
probably
beats Floyd. But no, he wouldn't, because in boxing you get buried on undercards for fucking 20 fights, and if you're tough, nobody will fight you until you're got 25, 30 wins. Because let me
tell you something. If he beats Floyd, he could stay in boxing and get $100 million guaranteed every single fight.
Fine, stay in boxing, but until when? No, he can't, dude. Who's to say he's not going to get that in the UFC in a couple years? Nobody ever thought the UFC would be paying the money that they're paying Conor now. If Conor McGregor becomes the biggest star in the world, like I said, he holds all the cards. Nobody could fucking say shit to him. They're going to bow down to whatever demands he makes, and rightfully so. They should. They already do.
If he wins, if he knocks it out, if he knocks Floyd out, and he goes back to the bargaining table with the UFC, he becomes as valuable to that UFC brand as the fucking logo is to Nike. At that point, he becomes inextricably linked, and there's no positive outcome for the investment that WME made without acquiescing to the demands, whatever demands they are.
They would be fools.
Conor, yeah, absolutely.
It's just not good business to part ways, whether it's an amicable or a fucking bitter. It does not matter. Do not part ways with the biggest star in the world. UFC, you're smarter than that.
Years. If he knocks out Floyd, he can make it that money, that $4 billion back.
And look, if he knocks out Floyd, Conor has options. The UFC, he doesn't need them. Like you just said, Tommy, he can make $100 million boxing. So, he has his options. And people that say he's never going to fight again, what's he going to do then? He's
Vincent
he's
Chase.
A fighter.
He's gonna be Vincent Chase, bro. That jockey commercial with John Lovitz was solid gold. Fuck your mother if you don't believe that. That shit was hilarious. That was funny. It showed he had range. Okay, comedic range. Right? The advertisement he did for Beats by Dre. I'm not even white or remotely Irish, that tugged at my heartstrings. I was like, oh shit, it's a little homie coming up, right? I was like, shit, you make him brown. And then I identify with it. But you know what? I jock white people anyway, naturally, because I'm a minority. So I was looking at him. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's nice. I get that. But shit, dude, if he knocks this guy out, he could run for fucking president, for God's sakes. The Rock is filing papers to run in 2020.
He could pick the country and
right, yeah. No, because with $100 million already, he's got the more GDP than 9 countries at the bottom of the list.
All I see is, I don't know, the viewers can't see Tommy's face agreeing with every pro Conor word said on this show, because he really is a Conor fan, guys.
He's staying silent, Chris, just so they don't see him. That's what's the fucked up part of it. He's like, But he's
Yeah.
yeah, right. He's there. He's laughing. He's smiling. He's biting it back, and he's like, "Fuck! If the camera goes to me, they're gonna see that I think these two erudite gentlemen are making some good points."
Yo,
It's like,
Omar,
fuck.
let's just stop talking
No,
for a
I
second.
think you. I think
No,
you
there-
both just don't know shit. That's what I think.
Okay, then school us, Tommy. What don't we
Yeah.
know? Everything we said is spot on, and you
Oh,
know
I'm
it.
Let me
joking.
get my
It's
pencil,
the
Tommy.
truth. No,
Let me get my
it's the
pencil.
truth. I mean, if he does knock out Floyd, he could write whatever ticket he wants, but Dana White and WME are not going to pay him even close to what he's getting in this fight.
So
Because then they got to start.
he starts his own fucking promotion.
Oh god,
He has that ability with this. With
Connor's gonna make it. Whether it's the UFC paying him or
he already
fucking
has, dude. He already
Yo, but
has
you're-
fucking made it.
Nah, but I'm
The
telling
guy
you,
is
jet
getting-
fuel. But
the
jet
guy is
fuel
getting-
gets
The
added
guy
to
is
this.
getting $100 million for one night's worth of work.
And you know what? The hunger for more. All right. It was a great Lloyd Banks album, and I think it's very, very appropriate in this instance here. Okay.
Floyd made. I think what did Floyd make for the Pacquiao fight? Why is he fighting again?
200. Yeah, he made like
money.
250.
When people make money, they don't just stop fighting because I made money. Like
Yeah.
I can make more money. Let me
Yeah.
go make more money for to do what I love to do. It's not like they're
but
like,
he's gonna make more money where he can make more money. How much more money is he to make with the UFC? They're not going to pay him close to $100
I
million.
kind of followed that, Tommy, and I don't know if that's good or bad because I kind of got where you were going, but that was confusing as fuck. He's gonna make more money where he makes more money, but he's gonna make more
I
money.
think Connor's a loyal guy. I don't know how far that'll go as far as like, if they don't pay him. But if the UFC does pay him and then he feels like, all right, as long as he holds his end of the bargain, there's going to start getting like he's a bit of every hot dog sold in the arena. He's gonna start getting shit like that where it's like, all right, I do numbers, I get paid more. I do my part, I get paid more.
They fight in
what I mean?
Dublin
Like,
every 2 months, and he just
and he's
makes,
gonna change. And he's already changed a lot of the ways people negotiate for money and the way they act on camera. Like Connor changed the game, and he said he was gonna do it. Everybody talked like this guy's a fucking joke, but he did it. Like you can't deny that what he's done for the sport, whether he
No, I'm
fights
not
again or
denying
not.
it at all. I mean, I give him more credit than I give the Diaz brothers because they talk shit and then lose. He talks shit and wins. There's a
he found a way.
I mean,
Chris.
no.
I did.
The
found a way.
Diaz brothers, the Diaz brothers have never lost fights. They just run out of time. Like the only fight that I've ever seen a Diaz lose was against Josh Thompson, and he took 15 head kicks right off his fucking face before he went down.
Wait, Nick Diaz didn't lose to GSP?
He ran out
No,
of
the
time.
fans lost. The fans lost in that fight. Let me tell you.
That
Yo,
looked like
if
that
you-
looked like the 21-year-old brother beating up the 5-year-old brother. That's what it
Yo,
looked like.
Stop it. Yo, if Nick Diaz and
finish
George
it.
St. Pierre, if George St. Pierre and Nick Diaz, now I know that this has nothing to do with UFC, but in a fist fight, if they walked down an alley and said, "You guys don't get timed," all right, and like one of you are allowed to walk out, who's walking out?
GSP.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Nick Diaz is not quitting, and he's got gas forever. Eventually, he's gonna fucking get his neck, or GSP is just gonna be like, "I can't beat you up anymore." One way or the other, Nick Diaz is walking out of that fucking alley. All right, it's simple as that.
He's,
he's not
Canadian. He's not French.
Like
He
I
doesn't
said, they
just
don't-
capitulate.
They don't lose fights. They simply run out of time. And that's if you think about it. I mean, if you think about it, there's some truth to it.
Okay,
And like
what?
a lot of the Diaz.
Look into it, bro. He's the
Yo.
Eddie Bravo of the vidcast. That he's like, yeah, I'm just saying. Just look into it. I saw a documentary on YouTube.
The Earth is.
Fuck out of here.
If you
I'm not
say
gonna go there.
If you say the earth is
I'm just
flat,
fucking
we're
with
cutting you
the
off.
Eddie Bravo reference got me thinking.
Oh, it got you thinking. Yeah, just look into it, man. I'm just saying. I don't know nothing. I don't
Did
know
you
anything.
see a YouTube documentary on it? No, then
Yeah,
you
the
don't
Clinton
know.
Chronicles, man. Everybody just ends up dead. They keep fucking with that family. I don't know what it means.
We love you, Eddie.
Yeah.
Can't
Keep
not
doing
love
great
Eddie
things
Bravo.
for the jiu-jitsu world,
Yeah,
in spite of all the hate that gets spewed your way.
but
for no
please
reason.
don't talk
'Cause
about
he's trying to
anything
change
than
tradition
jiu-jitsu.
too much. He gets hate on.
Oh shit, man! Look at all the 10th planets that are opening up all over the place
70.
now.
There's last I saw there was like 75 schools. And that franchise
Yeah.
model is outrageous.
Yeah, but like the Gracies fucking hate him because like he
Oh, yeah.
promotes marijuana use and like the way he changes up tournament styles.
Not
he
all
makes
of
it
them
more
do.
exciting.
I
Not
think
all of
Rose
them do.
Rose loves him. I think Rose is a fan because I think they're like somewhat related.
Yo, you know who's the most fucking gangster ass Gracie ever?
Enzo.
Besides Caesar?
Henzo. Besides
Is
Caesar.
Kron Gracie, the Diaz
Oh.
henchman.
Oh my God! What the guy that charges you $100,000 for a mat fee to drop
Oh my
in?
God,
Fuck
that was
you!
unbelievable.
I saw the prices, bro. Like if you don't have a white gi, you got to rent one from them. They'll rent you one. They got you. They got the solution to your problem for
Yeah.
$100. So you're dropping like two yardsticks to fucking for an hour rolling. What the fuck is going on, man? I better get a private from Marcelo Garcia or Henzo Gracie for that sort of scratch. Fuck you.
Or you can go to pay you need dinner at Rivoli's with Nick.
and then not show up and get some crusty meatballs.
Hey, no, Kareem did, but you know he didn't wear the shirt. He didn't do anything for the show. Nick was just stood there all stoned.
Nah, Kareem was just scoping out the snow bunnies, and he'll
Yo,
say
he met the
that
fucking
way.
goat, bro. He met the goat. That's it in itself. That's amazing.
$50 says Nick Diaz doesn't even remember being there that night.
$50 says he doesn't remember, like he didn't think he was getting on a plane. He thought
I'd
he was
never
walking
take that back.
dispensary. Yeah, he was like, "Yo, they sell weed on this bitch." Like, hold on.
He was probably so interested in what Kareem had to say.
I'm pretty positive. No, because he probably went up to Diaz and was like, "Yo, let's get some white chicks." At that point,
Yo,
Diaz-
we should have showed up. We should have showed up and be like, "Yo, this is the guy," and we should have played this segment where Kareem came on popping shit for the last time.
Oh,
And I'd be like, "Yo,
Lord.
I'm the guy defending you, bro. I'm the guy defending you."
Yeah,
While they all hate.
how mad he was that. Shit. That'd be
Well, it's
funny.
nice to see.
Like,
It's
this
nice
guy doesn't show up for. Go ahead.
Well, it's nice to
Fuck.
see that these guys are actually doing shit like that. I mean, you got the fight coming up this weekend, and Eddie's gonna be there with Lisa Ann. What the fuck?
Yo, that's just. And you know what's funny? And I'm not trying to call anybody a liar, especially one of our most esteemed guests. But bro didn't know who world famous Lisa Ann was. That's what got me.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
Yo, come on. Yo,
That's kind of what I kept saying to him.
Truck.
Like, come on, man, really?
Truck. I mean, we're all adults here. Nobody's a Catholic school kid no more. Like, don't try to tell me, I didn't know who that was.
I don't know
No fucking way.
I don't know whose idea that was. Like, all right, we're gonna have the biggest fight in the history at a bar. We're going to charge people, and then we're going to have Lisa Ann there. So not only are you grouping a bunch of testosterone-fueled fucking guys there who are probably going to – with booze, who are going to be either for Floyd or for Connor. Now you're going to put a chick on there that has been on camera doing like 15 dudes in one shot.
Anal ring
And
dance.
everybody,
I wanted you to bust up the anal
and
ring
everybody
dance.
in that
And
place is probably going to think that they have a shot with her.
And
Tommy, if what he said is true and he's never met her, or never heard of her, from now until since he's Googled her once, now he's probably got a Spankwire account, right? And he's gonna have to fucking worry about deleting his cookies because his wife is gonna know who she is too.
I told him to bring it.
Once you're introduced to that world, there's
Yeah.
no fucking coming back.
That's
Talk about the
typical.
dark side.
I
That's
told
yeah.
him to
Talk
bring,
about the dark
I
side.
told him to bring his. I told him to bring. The
You just
missus
fucked
with him.
up my man's marriage. No, I'm fucking around. Or saved it, for that matter.
Could very well.
Yeah.
Because
I don't
now
know, bro,
depending on how you look at it.
forewarned is forearmed. So now he's walking into the lion's den fully knowing the type of jaws that are going to be trying to clamp around his piece. You feel me? So now.
But my whole thing.
Possibly
with that,
pick up some tips, some
yeah,
advice.
but my whole thing with that situation is
She's a mentor.
you've just created the worst place in the world. Because
I would like to think it's the best place in the world, but I mean,
Well, you're
that's
single,
just
Chris.
me.
You're single.
with
so
no, dude, no. I'm talking about.
You hear
about
that,
just for
ladies?
Pillow
I'm
talk.
talking about for the atmosphere itself. Just all those dudes around with that one chick that they're gonna all
It's
try
going
to
to be
get.
about as lit sexually as the Puerto Rican Day Parade, bro. And I can say that. I'm gonna say it's gonna be as.
Hey, how
like,
many guys you think are gonna be like John Jones and pop a fucking a dick pill before
Yo,
they go
there's
in there?
but there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than like a fucking grown man groupie. I don't give a fuck who you meet. Like
Yeah.
I could meet Aaron Rodgers and I
Yeah.
would just shake his hand and be like, "Yo, you're the man." I wouldn't even probably ask him for an autograph because maybe I would
Your
have to
leg would
him.
be
That's
shaking
different.
though. Like you'd be
Yeah.
hiding it, but your leg would be
I'd
shaking.
have a boner, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't fucking let him know.
Yeah.
You know, I would just be like, "Yo, I'm fucking older than the guy. What am I gonna do? You're a grown ass man. Imagine a grown ass man like thirsty as hell, groupied out over like a porn star, like in public, and a bunch of them at that with liquor in them.
Drunk.
Eddie
Yeah.
Gordon, I feel bad for him. Nobody's gonna fucking want to talk to him.
No,
Like,
he's gonna have to be Leonidas though. He's gonna have to be defending the wall.
like,
Three bitches
yo,
away.
if I'm there, I'm gonna be like, yeah, Eddie Gordon, I know I've seen you before on TV, but her, I've had a relationship with her for
We're married.
the better part of my adolescent /
Yeah.
adult life.
Yeah, she made my
You
boat
know?
up. Like,
She's made me go through more socks than my dryer. It's unbelievable.
No, God.
And those are some happy socks.
Yeah.
Happy socks.
They die with smiles on their faces, man. It's not, those happy tissues are sad tissues. Like,
I
My
love
wife
how
is like,
this-
damn, Tommy, what's wrong with your socks?
Yeah.
I love how this went-
Every time she goes to the wash, goes in the hamper. Why are your socks crusty, bro?
Why are they bricks? Oh, it's Muay Thai training. It's Muay Thai.
I don't know, something at the mats or jiu-jitsu. I don't know.
Oh, I think it's
I love-
ringworm.
Which is even more disgusting.
Yeah.
I love how this
ringworm.
went so far off the rails. It's not
Oh.
even funny.
Yo, but you brought up Lisa Ann, bro. Don't even try to pretend
it's-
like you weren't trying to
2-minute
navigate
warning
us.
after dark, where we got pillow talk with Chris and boner talk with, I guess, Chris, because I said it too, and Omar.
No, it's all you, bro. I'm good. I'm good. I don't,
Yeah, you
I don't
spoke,
understand
you spoke of
English.
diamond erections and fucking.
I don't understand English. In English.
Okay.
Do we still have listeners right now?
No, we do.
This is where they fucking come in droves, bro. They're like, yo, calling their friend and be like, yo, listen to these crazy fucks.
They're talking about Lisa Ann and Diamond Cox. Like, hold on.
And MMA. Yo,
Yeah.
This guy's supposed to be high as shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Sex and violence.
I didn't.
is
And the guy was like, yo, this guy said that they have steroids in this new cocaine.
Yeah.
God. If anybody would have found it, it would have been our boy Johnny Bones. Good Lord.
Yeah.
You know what? You want to say I live in the sticks? That dude lived in the sticks in upstate New York. What I
Yeah,
consider.
but now he lives in New Mexico, where you could just make meth in your backyard.
Shout out to Endicott.
Yeah, I was gonna
But-
say,
but you wanna talk about
Endicott, New
meth?
York.
You want to talk
What
about
is that? The
meth?
619?
I don't even know, bro. I'll tell you. I used to have a friend up in Oneonta State College out there, and that's the first time I learned about Johnny Bones Jones. You know how I got to the
Yeah, you
hype
told
train?
us. You told us.
Yeah,
at
I met
the
John.
cellular
I met
store.
John Jones. I met John Jones at UFC 111.
At the
GSP
punch
fucking Dan Hardy.
Hold on, what? Really?
Yeah, I met him and he was fucking cool as hell. But like that was when he had just lost to Matt Hamill by obliterating his head.
Stop it. Stop.
So that was before he was doing roids.
And then I seen him win his belt live. I was like fucking third row for that shit. And I was sitting next to his parents and his fucking enormous family. Like these guys, Chandler Jones was still at Syracuse. But when I tell you, like, a lot of dudes came from his town, so that's why I know the area code. Because they had a whole section behind us.
And it's
But,
pretty big people from Endicott, because the guy who told me about John was easily 400 pounds and trying to sell me a Verizon Unlimited plan at the time. He's like, yo, this guy Johnny, I can't wait to watch him. And it was the Guzmao fight. Remember the capoeira guy that he just fucking walked through and just gave it to, Andre Guzmao? It was back when he was still young.
John Jones he walked through everybody early, though. That motherfucker was a beast.
Crazy.
Like,
And now we know
what was
why.
I think it was the Vera. He fought Brandon Vera.
Yes.
That fight, I think,
Broke
like
his
that
eye.
fight where I was like, wow, this motherfucker.
Did he
this
break his
motherfucker.
eye?
Like, he didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out. He like
Cut him.
he inflicted pain,
Bad.
and like he
Yeah.
like was like, I'm done from pain.
No,
Like
yeah.
that. I was like, wow, this motherfucker is real.
Brandon became a manager
I feel like-
after that fight, I think. He was like, fuck this. I'm just going to.
Let me tell you something. When
Yeah.
he did to
I'm
Shogun, just showed how much of an animal he was.
Yeah, man.
But
Machida.
And like,
too.
yo, and this is defending my point. Yo, guys, remember I was saying 2 weeks ago how the superior athlete in the NFL, could train for 5 years and actually compete. And like I kind of backtracked on it, but now I don't. When the more I think about it, yo, John Jones graduated high school at 18. He went to junior college. He wrestled. Granted, he was a wrestler his whole life, but a lot of NFL players are wrestlers and have wrestled their whole life. John Jones won the belt at 23. Reasonably speaking, if he started training MMA directly from high school, which I don't think he did, he only trained for 5 years and he won the world championship, the world title, right? So you don't think
but not everybody, but not everybody's like that though. You can get a football player who, just
I'm not
like
saying
you're
everybody.
He can, no, I'm just saying, but you can get a football player.
I'm saying Khalil Mack or fucking, the top. Like how I said Khalil Mack, because you can't disagree with me now, because you're like, now you got a point.
I went Bo Jackson too for the same reason.
No, you know what it is, because not everybody, and it's the truth, not everybody fights like they train. You can get a guy that's a fucking beast in the gym, but for some odd reason, Artem Lobov, when he gets in the cage, he just shits the bed.
Is he a beast in training though? Are we even giving him
According to Connor, he is. He was helping.
I mean,
Connor
here's my
with his
point. What's Connor gonna say about his teammates?
Yeah,
Come on,
I was gonna,
he's a guy, like I said. But yo,
Chris,
I'm not saying every.
I'm gonna always say that.
I'm not saying every. Thank you, Omar. I am, ladies.
Yeah, wow.
But no, I am. The fuck, man! Now you got me all fucked up. Tommy. I'm not saying that all NFL players or even NBA players, for that matter, would succeed in MMA. I'm saying that there is athletes that are in MMA. I mean, in NFL and NBA, that if they had decided to at a young age to pursue that instead, decided to after high school, instead of going the route of football, that the training that they would have taken or had from that point, or even if they start to now at 23, by 28, they could be a world champ. The athletes are just superior. That's why the top 5 heavyweights fought each other 3 times each. And there's like, who do you want to see? Maybe one guy from France, but there's not an American heavyweight that you're excited about right now on the come up.
Stipe.
Like, all right, but he's the champ. Now, Stipe is the champ. He's a good fighter, great fighter.
I'm excited about Sean Teed.
That's right.
Shut your mouth.
These guys that are in the NFL are 265, like, don't have to cut weight. That's what they are. And they're fucking their arms, their hands, fingers touch the floor when they stand up. Like, their arms are crazy long. Like, a D end is a fucking specimen, bro. Like, these guys, you don't. Is that
a monkey reference, Chris? Are you thinly veiling?
I'm absolutely not. I'm referencing reach. All right, I did not say knuckles dragging or anything crazy.
I want to say that's fucked up, bro.
I am not. I am. Okay. Tommy, chill the fuck out, you motherfucker. Got me all fucked up again. Omar, motherfucker. No, it's all good. They said it, guys, not me. All right, listeners. I was speaking in terms of reach. Like, I could hit you from across the fucking octagon, right? I got you. I'm trying to reel this one in, guys.
I know, and all I can see is Tommy's reaction. He's biting on a fucking piece.
I'm gonna give it like this. NFL and NBA killed American boxing and American heavyweight martial arts. Heavyweight boxing, and it's not.
I agree with that, because you know what? If you want to kick it back to way back, like history wise, this country, what it was nasty at, and we're seeing a resurgence of it because of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but American catch wrestling. Remember, I know both of you. I love that I'm talking to the two of you. You guys, have heard of it. You've seen it. Like how far back the history goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, you have such a great history of, the heavyweights fighters, the best heavyweight people.
I think Chris might have pissed off. Chris might have pissed off the boss.
I think so. But it was one of those things where
fuck out of here.
Yeah, no. That was more me than anything else. But I got to pass. Right?
Yeah, I have no
exactly. But no, so I'm trying to reel it in too. But so you had the best heavyweights were crazy grapplers. We have a great history.
Tommy is dying laughing.
we had great wrestlers, guys. Then you had the heavyweight boxers come in, where the money was there. And then you had the heavyweight boxers come in and make the cash. But like you rightfully so, you have a better avenue for more longevity, easier money, football is tough, but at least you're not getting straight up punched in the head, I guess, right? It's not, you know, it's a
But here's
different.
the thing:
it's a
it's like
different
it's the money. Yo, you got to make it in boxing. To be a professional football player, you made it. You're making that money. To be a professional boxer, you're still like, unless you're one of the top guys, you're not making money like that. You're just simply not. Everybody thinks like boxers make crazy money. Name them. Who? Who are these boxers that are making millions? None of them. Like besides like 10. Dude, Lomachenko is like the best pound for pound boxer in the world. He just fought on fucking ESPN and like nobody watched it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like I get
what
it.
was
He's
it? Oh my God, the heavyweights.
Bud Crawford.
No, the heavy.
These guys, nobody's watching
No,
them
what
fight.
the fuck
Where's
is that?
the money
What the
coming
fuck
from?
is the Russian guy's name? That just. Oh my God, the two brothers.
Gennady Golovkin?
No,
Are
the
you
two brothers.
Klitschko?
Are you talking
brothers.
about Klitschko? You fucking
They were
dumbass.
fighting. They were fighting at 3:00 in the morning on ESPN. Like the one was fighting on that, 3:00 in the morning on ESPN in fucking Russia.
Like they weren't even trying. They weren't even trying to like sell it to the U.S. Like they're
Right,
just
no.
putting them on at 3 a.m. That's it.
No, because
That's
they weren't
crazy.
even putting them on pay-per-view anymore because it was just like it's useless. But they were still getting paid.
Lennox Lewis killed the American heavyweight when he knocked out Tyson. The boxing world changed for good that night because there was like now after that Lewis fought a couple times, but like he wasn't in it no more, and he's not even American. But that's why I say that night, like the American heavyweight was gone as we knew it, and now we got Wilder. And he's the only one in America, And then even like I said, the heavyweight fucking UFC
Wasn't
guys
he
like
an ex
Kane,
NBA
Stipe.
guy too? Like, didn't he play basketball, or he played some other sport before boxing and got into boxing later? Wilder did. That I do remember, to kind of
Yeah.
dovetail off your point, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that just goes to show you he's like a failed athlete in another sport and he's dominating boxing. Like he couldn't make it in whatever his first choice was. Like that's telling in my opinion.
It was pro chess. He wanted to be a grandmaster.
Chess boxing.
Yeah,
That's what they need to make professional chess boxing.
Good God, the Klitschko's might still win that because they're some pretty smart motherfuckers. But
Yeah, like a doctor. Yeah. Anthony Joshua is British. He's definitely smart.
See now that Anthony Joshua Stipe fight that actually really still intrigues me for some reason. I don't know why.
It does because Stipe has but Joshua's bigger, like significantly, I think.
Yeah,
like by like 25 pounds.
Well, you also look at
Anthony.
You look at Anthony Joshua's last fight. It's just like, wow.
Yeah,
guy's on another fucking level.
Pretty much every fight. But the Wilders, like these guys should be fighting if you wanted to see the two best in the world fight. But like the way boxing is, it's like, what are we going to do here? We got to milk both of these guys for as long as possible. Promoters get in the way. The best don't very rarely fight when they should fight in boxing. And that's sad. Like that's what I'll say the UFC, at least for the most part, gives you. You know what I mean? Like you might not like everything that they do, but eventually you're going to see the fight. And it's going to be within like a reasonable time. Like they're not going to keep a guy like Aldo and Conor from each other, or like they're gonna let them fight. Conor's gonna fight.
So wait, you mean Khabib's actually gonna get to fight Tony Ferguson at some point?
Not in this.
No, Khabib Nurmagomedov is the best 160-pound fighter in the world, but he's not a lightweight.
Kudos.
All right, so there it is.
For the pronunciation of the last name. I don't want that to go unheralded.
Khabib versus Brad Desir.
I have a Dagestani heart.
There's your first 160-pound headliner.
I pay good money to watch that, to see that,
I would too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. At MSG.
We could have him on the show and then he won't retweet us.
Yeah, he'll disappear on social. What the fuck, man? Come back, bro. Come back, man.
There's no way to run a podcast, Brad.
Yeah, man, come back. Shit. I know
you got to get up on that social media shit. He's talking about starting up a podcast soon. He should be over that shit. No, like, listen to me, motherfuckers.
He's in a yurt somewhere on a vision quest. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. No, he's training, but he's off.
Wow,
social.
is he with Loudon Swain on his vision quest?
Oh,
fucking best movie of my fucking possibly life.
Life, I think that's up there.
Madonna all up in it.
I wish I knew what the hell you guys were talking about.
Oh, come on, Tommy.
You never seen Vision Quest, bro? What kind of fucking wrestler are you?
But that's crazy to me. Wow.
No.
Oh man.
Oof.
Terrible soundtrack, but great movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out when the show is over. as I sit here in the Candlewood Suite Studios.
I like that.
Well, Loudon Swain is the fucking was like my first childhood hero because he challenged Ryan Shute to a wrestling match at State, whatever the fuck it was.
We're seeing some raw
man.
insight. We're seeing some raw
Yeah.
insight into.
I'm just giving you a little
context,
a little peek into my where it all started for me.
He parted the kimono, so to speak, and let all.
I think I was like 6 years old when I'd seen that movie.
That's wild.
Oh, so it's old.
No, it's brand new. I was 6. What the fuck you mean? I'm 35 years old.
That's messed up. You
Oh,
see what
man.
he's trying to do? You see what he's trying to do? I caught
Right?
that.
I mean, I don't care.
Seriously.
Me and Tommy are fucking arch enemies, but
He's aging like James Bond, bro.
I can
You
take
can't
it.
even be mad at that right now. He's aging like the fucking that new one. Yeah,
Tommy just gave a look like, wait, what the fuck? What did I do?
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't even do anything.
That's messed up, man. Nah.
I'm like
so
called
it's
his
really
arch
old.
enemy.
Yeah.
I'm still
He was like
trying.
he actually meant that. I don't think he meant that as a dig. He was literally just saying like, oh, it's not a movie I should have seen anytime recently. It's
Yeah.
I'm
but I
just
did
still
say my
trying not
childhood.
to laugh. I'm sorry. I'm just still trying not to laugh from before. It's still
That's
sitting
terrible.
on the back of my
Don't
head.
you dare bring
We
it back.
done reel that in, man.
Yo, don't you
Fuck.
dare, please. All right, stay color in between the lines, Tommy. At least for the last segment of the show, you keep it. You keep it 100. Right, look down the center, please. Thank you. There he is. Exactly. You fucking guy. Oh Christ.
All right, so Omar, bring us into the last segment here.
Goddamn animals. What is the last segment? I think what predictions? Are we still doing that? We covered Johnny. We're gonna be having a boxing guru talk to us on Monday to kind of recap.
Maybe.
Well, and if not Monday, then another day. I definitely want the guy to
I'm a boxing guru, guys. What are you talking about?
well, another
Yeah,
one actually.
No, I'm joking. I'm not.
This
am.
one was a Golden Gloves and Diamond Gloves champion.
But he couldn't take a full-on tackle by Reggie Bush, so I don't know. I don't like this man's credentials as much. That's who we have.
Yo, I got something for you guys
Oh, okay. What do
to
we
close this out.
got? Okay.
Paulie Malignaggi wearing that vest had the nerve to approach the king of the world.
He looked
All
like
right?
KD Lang, bro. He looked like
Wow, what the fuck was that? And he was like, yo, these motherfuckers are treating me like a fan. Like, you are acting like a groupie bitch. What are you talking about? Nobody
Yo.
knows
No,
who
you know
are.
who he
He
Yo,
looked
this-
like Edie. He looked like Edie Brickell.
Yo,
No,
I want to know the woman that's.
Situation. That's who he
I want
looks
to know
like.
the
He
woman
looks
that
like the
divorced
situation.
Paulie Malignaggi, and like, I want to ask her, like, man, at any point. Like, I'm sorry, but that guy is a bitch.
I want to
Like
know who divorced him, and then ask her if he
Because
stole all
I
her
don't even know
clothes.
that he's married and divorced. I'm just
No.
assuming that like
No, he
there was
stole all
at
her
least
clothes. See, that's what he got.
Yo,
she got alimony.
because like
He got
how
the
could
wardrobe.
somebody fucking tolerate that voice on a 24-hour fucking 7 basis?
Because he was worth a decent amount of money. Come on, bro.
So
Anna
fucking have
Nicole
a child by him and leave.
Dude, Anna
easy.
Nicole
They got
Smith.
bitches doing that.
Anna Nicole Smith wrote a 96-year-old dick until the man died. Women will do anything for money if that's what they're out for.
Okay,
And
fair
there's
enough.
enough oil money.
Fair enough,
there.
but fair
to
enough,
make the
but
dick
like
work.
if you're on your A game and you're in a boxer getting pregnant and then you're good. You don't even have to marry him. But that's besides the
Well.
point. We're gonna talk about BJPenn.com actually having the brass balls to say Paulie and Connor almost fought.
Yeah.
Is that a fight? Paulie Malignaggi's body parts would have been spread all over the block, right? And he had no intention of actually saying anything. He didn't say anything really. Like Connor was like, "Bro, you got fucking your ass whooped. That's it." You know, blah blah blah, whatever they were fucking saying. And all Paulie said was one thing, like 100,000 times. He was like,
Bring your balls.
"Oh balls, hope we bring your balls Saturday. Remember what I told you in the gym?" Like, the fuck does that even mean? Like, Connor's got it. He's bringing his balls. And another thing, Connor's making weight. Come on.
He
Well,
wrote
that's
that
a
down.
Talking out of his fucking.
That's
He
a
wrote
joke.
that down, though. You know that, guys, right? He wrote it down. He's like, listen, I got this one-liner that I'm going to drop on Connor at this altercation. And it's, you know what sounds funny? Oh, yeah, I got it, guys. Bring your bulls. Remember what I said in training.
I don't even know what that
400
means.
times. I
don't even know what that means.
I tell it to my nieces when they're going to go play basketball. Like, I don't, like, actually bring your ball. I don't fucking say that to anybody in a menacing way.
Like a grown-ass man that just fucking whooped my ass for 20 rounds, like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to say, yo, bring your balls.
No.
Well, it's because a grown-ass man that grown-ass man that just embarrassed him and might have fucked up a decent part of his after-boxing career.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure nobody's listening to his podcast right now. No. I still can't understand how he's going to be a commentator for this fight. Like, how do you do that?
Oh my God, yo, you're telling me that people fucking listen to a podcast with, like, they're just listen to his voice?
Yeah,
like,
bro, he had a good
that's
podcast.
A real thing?
Yeah, but dude, his podcast was good. He was on CBS fucking Sports. They don't just hire anybody.
No, he had it made.
I'm sorry.
Chris. He did.
I'm sorry. I just can't, for the life of me, understand how somebody can listen to that guy talk. Like, I don't care what he knows. His voice is fucking.
Well, whatever was left, whatever shreds of credibility, whatever leverage he had in the boxing world, he
fucked that up with a concussion talk.
He frittered it away, bro. He frittered it away because he cannot look. The optics on this cannot be any worse for Paulie Malignaggi. It really could not be any worse. The only thing that would have been worse is if he had gotten, like, they got him on tape rolling out of the ring and kicking a child or something on the way to taking his gloves off. That's it, though, guys.
Yo, the Arlovsky face said it all. That should be fucking circulated more, I think. The Arlovsky face, Tyler, fucking 2 for 2, bro. Yo. Because you said that, and you also brought up the Paulie Malignaggi. Like, why does he wear so many vests? Like, every time you see this guy, he's wearing like a tight vest over a fucking white T-shirt.
And it's always some really suspect colors. I'm gonna leave it at that, but like turquoise.
Well, bro, don't you remember when the vests were in, like the sweater vests were in, like back in the day?
And so were fucking Cavaricci's and fucking.
I think Judd Nelson was in a movie called The Breakfast Club. The last time them shits were live and popping, he looks like he walked off the set of Blossom. All right, with that fucking vest on.
Whoa.
Just talking shit and trying to
take off that vest. You fucking look like Aladdin.
He looks like he came off the set of Blossom, but he sounds like he came off the set of The Nanny because he sounds exactly like Fran Drescher.
It's like a Fran Drescher that can throw hands. That's like the worst thing on the face of the earth, right?
Well, at one time he could throw hands.
Yeah.
At one time he could.
I'm surprised Floyd didn't say anything about Conor hitting a woman. After, like, the whole Conor CJ like, you just fucking beat up Paulie Malignaggi. What the fuck? Fucking beating up bitches too.
Oh God, we're going. Yo, it's you know what, and you know what's really crazy? Regardless of how this fight ends, guys, no matter what, you can play whatever video you want after this. It won't even vindicate him. Say it comes out that, oh man, it was a lot more, even than it showed. Say that tape was doctored. He looks like such a crybaby bitch for this 2-week span. That, I mean, even Schaub's trying to distance himself.
Now he's just vying for a fight. That's what he wants. He wants a fight.
Come on. Yeah, Conor's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna change your life and make you fucking a couple fucking tens of millions of dollars. No way. Not happening. Conor don't like this man. He already beat him up.
Why? It would be a better fight than the Dennis Seaver fight was. That's for sure.
Stop it.
I'll agree with that. I don't know. Fuck that. I won't agree with that. Dennis Seaver will fucking tear Malignaggi's fucking head off.
You already agreed with it. You already agreed with it. Tom won.
I'm just saying that was a really fucking mismatched fight with Conor.
Bro, has Dennis Seaver been found after he marched in Charlottesville? Like, do we have?
Oh no!
After torch.
Wow.
I saw
Omar must be tired because Omar, you do realize that this isn't the podcast version. Like what you say, I don't get in trouble for.
Dennis Seaver just majority decision BJ Penn. His career is over too. Like nobody fucking cares.
Dude, it's over.
Come on, bro. BJ fucking Penn. I
like
love the guy.
Up that old dude at the gym though. Like, like I armbarred the shit out of so and so. You put hands on him?
BJ, just tell stories and fucking shut up. Don't fucking
right? Seriously, or walk around to your entrance music, but like go to a Wegmans. You know what I mean? Just walk into like an A&P with like. Oh,
what's funny? I think BJ Penn actually has a longer losing streak than Nick Diaz in the UFC.
Oh, you had to. You had to fucking hate this fucking guy. Yo, it's winding
Yo,
down.
Nick Diaz never lost, bro. He
Yo.
only runs out of time. The only guy that actually beat him is KJ Noons, and it was because it got cut. That's it. And he fucking whooped his ass twice after that.
I think he also
Or
he had
once.
razor blades in his hair. And he whipped them at
Yeah.
Diaz's face. You know what I'm saying? When he had that,
I'll tell you this
that
much.
crazy shit in the front.
Yeah, Nick Diaz had fucking plastic surgery and had bones in his fucking face shaved down so he could stop getting cut so much in his fights. That's fucking,
commitment.
That's commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I'll give him that.
I mean, I'm glad he did that because, I mean, the last time he fought, I don't even think my kid was born.
Oh, Christ.
I'm gonna fucking Stockton slap you right through this fucking video cast, bro.
Dude, you know what's crazy? That's slightly accurate. I'm doing the math right now. I'm like, the youngest one.
You know what else though?
About
You know what else? Who's the champion at 85?
Bisping.
Michael Bisping.
Calling out Nick Diaz. Who's the champion at 70?
He would.
Calling out Nick Diaz.
Yeah, because they want the fight that's going to make the money, and they know they're going to get an easy win.
Get him paid, yeah. No, I don't. Whoa.
I don't think anybody thinks that that's an easy win.
Easy win. I'm backing up.
It's
here.
an easy
You had me at getting paid, but a motivated Nick.
Well, no,
Diaz.
Nick Diaz will
Jake-
beat Bisping because
Jake
he's a
Shields-
Cyclops, but
Jake Shields isn't even an easy win, and he's like not good, but he's still like a guy that you have to
no,
respect.
no. Jake Shields is good now because he came over to the Danaher Death Squad.
And veganism. We can't forget that.
So his
Veganism, I think, gives him power.
is now real jiu-jitsu with Danaher.
He's putting on.
So
He's
his
putting on
jiu-jitsu
clinics,
game-
though. His jiu-jitsu game
Yeah.
has grown leaps and bounds. And you know what's crazy to say that is that it was nasty before. Like he was known for his jits back in the day, and it's taken. He's done the Scott
Yo,
Bakula.
Think about the infamous fucking the brawl with Miller. Yo, he fucking dismantled Dan Henderson, man. Like that shit was no joke. He fucked him
crazy.
up, and he got rattled real bad early and fucking weathered it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first round. Yeah, I remember that fight.
There's a
Strike
riot
Force.
after that, wasn't there? Was that the one where the riot happened?
Yeah, that was the riot. That was when it all fucking
Yeah.
went down.
Yeah.
With what's his name? Mayhem Miller. You know, we gotta get him on the show.
No,
we gotta
we
get
have
him
to-
on the video.
Yo,
cast,
that was
though.
the best thing that I ever fucking heard was when Nick Diaz was like, "Yo, you walked up on like a crew of fighters and you fucking pop shit. What the fuck did you expect?" That was the most fucking amazing Nick Diaz video I've ever seen. He was in his car driving and he was like, "Fuck," like, yeah.
We gotta
Fucking
try and get
so Nick
Mayhem
Diaz.
Miller on the video cast because
Is he
he
in
would
jail?
probably be like
Is he
in a
free?
wedding dress. I think he is.
I hope
He
so.
would be like in
I
a
don't
wedding
think I could-
dress,
I don't think I could
smoking
actually
crack
like,
out of a
here's my
bong. It would
point.
be wonderful.
Yo,
I would not be nice to him. I don't think.
Why?
you can't not be nice. to him, though.
Because
He'll roll up on your house.
I mean, I would be. I guess I would be nice to him, but I would stand firm on my position on like the whole Nick Diaz thing with him.
Would you stand firm on a
Yeah.
position on domestic violence? That's where I thought you were gonna go. Fuck this position.
Well, I mean,
yeah, yo,
I'm sure the chick that he's dating is probably some fucking crazy bitch. So
Oh, he beat up his
you know,
sister. He got naked in a church.
Well, I
Can we
wonder-
go over
I
here?
Yeah, I know, I
pretty-
was about to say
yo, I'm pretty sure that
church.
his sister's probably a lunatic as well.
He went on to Ariel Helwani's show as the character that he was in, and Here Comes the Boom, and he didn't even have a line in Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah.
But he went
Yo.
in, he went there in character. He's a fucking nut job. I love him.
He's a wild
Where I'm
boy.
from, people like that get slapped. you had to bring up the Ariel Helwani, Mayhem Miller. I mean, it goes there.
Good
Nick
Lord.
Diaz all day, by the way.
So guys, I think we're coming right up to that time. What do we got
We're
lined
coming,
up?
huh?
Yo, hey man, we've been talking
Jesus
about diamond
Christ.
pipes.
Bound chicka
Somebody
wow
says
wow.
Lisa Ann. Omar says
Lisa
we're coming.
Ann.
Unbelievable.
Hey man,
I said Aaron Rodgers before, and I got a boner. So
yeah. I'm glad that the camera angle is helping us avoid that right now. But I appreciate it. So we're gonna be doing. We're gonna
I'm
be trying
Irish.
to.
I'm Irish.
That's okay. It's good lighting. We're gonna be trying to do one of these on Sunday, I believe, right? We're gonna be trying to get it.
That's the plan.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Post-fight craziness. I'll be watching the fights down in Atlanta. I'll be trying to live Facebook Live it a little bit. My girl got us some tickets to like a nice place to watch it, so I'll try to do that. We could get a little thread going to commentate on there. We'll have it on the 2-minute warning page, obviously, because this thing is, you can't miss it. And then Monday we're gonna be breaking it down even further, because I'm sure there's gonna be 700 sub stories and subplots resulting from what the hell is going on. Because who knows? Between then and now, John Jones might take somebody hostage. You don't just fucking. You might go full Randy Savage, right? Like who the fuck knows? But this has been great, man. I had tremendous amount of fun. Thank you as always to our esteemed panel of crazy men. We have Tommy D, Chris joining us. This is great. Finally getting you on one of these. I'm telling you, shit's gonna go through the roof.
Bro, I'm down whenever. Just let me know. We'll sort it out.
Beautiful. So thank you
I'm on
as
board.
well to 80K Fightwear, to Black Hole Jiu-Jitsu, and Madama Jiu-Jitsu. You guys have any shout-outs to give before we sign off?
Yeah, we got one for our lovely, we'll call her the boss, Trisha, who provides us with the platform that we have here.
Is Trisha Irish, though?
Voice out there.
Is she Irish?
No, but the 2-minute warning banner is hanging up behind me.
I got you. Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought it was IRA.
Connor's Irish though, so that's why that's there. Just a little,
I see.
You know?
And I'd like to give a shout out to Lisa Ann, whose face and asshole are both glazed donuts by the end of the night.
Oh my sweet Lord. On that note, guys, we'll see you Sunday. We'll see you Monday.
Yeah, signing off.
This is Brad. Signing off.